Confidence then is not something that you just get and you obtain. It's not something that you buy over time. It's something that you build inwardly. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel for day 15 of Vlogmas. Today I was originally going to film a video showing a try on of different outfits that I wear to work. Someone requested that to give like a professional outfit style video. I'll do that tomorrow, but I wanted to talk a little bit about something that I think is really important for me as a person and something that got brought up when I was doing an IG live story last night. Many of you have followed me on Periscope and know that I do live streaming videos there. I haven't in a little while simply because I've been so busy with the school year. But now with this new feature on Instagram, I'm able to do a live stream right there. And so I'm hoping to do a lot more of them now that Instagram has updated and is allowing everyone to do that. One of the topics that got brought up last night when I was talking was this idea of time under tension. And several people have talked about this in the past, including Amanda Bucci and Ryan Schroes from IIFYM Ryan. There's this notion of time under tension in weight training where you put the muscle fibers under tension for a long amount of time. You really hold that tension on that muscle and you kind of drive blood there and you rip apart those muscle fibers. But there's also a symbolic notion of time under tension. And some people use it to explain how they go about their contest prep and how they go about dieting for a long time. But I brought it up last night to talk about actually me as a person and the self-love and confidence that I've grown in over time. Somebody asked, as I've been asked many times in the past, how did you learn to grow in confidence and in self-love? And I responded by saying, this is not a simple answer. It has been years of time under tension. What I mean by that is that I didn't wake up one day and all of a sudden have confidence and have love for myself, for my body, for my mind, and for myself in a relationship or in a partnership. That took so much time, deconstruction, time reflecting, time in pain, with heartbreak, going over and over again, looking at my mistakes and trying to change the things that I did wrong. I know that's cliche to say that this didn't happen overnight, but what I mean is that my confidence was a fluctuating scale, but over time, spending time underneath that pressure, underneath that tension of wanting to get better and figuring out why I reacted to certain situations and trying to understand the world around me, trying to understand myself, my body as a woman in our contemporary society, all those things compiled over time helped me develop a thicker skin, helped me develop into a more knowledgeable mindset, and gave me some knowledge to equip myself with so that I could develop confidence. Confidence then is not something that you just get and you obtain. It's not something that you buy over time. It's something that you build inwardly. But before you can even build it, you need to have the tools and the skills to even construct it. That is to say, you would never be able to have a beautiful painting if you didn't purchase the paintbrushes and the canvas and the actual paint to then create that painting. Confidence, it exists there in the ideal, and you can have that painting in your house and you can hang it on the wall and you can look at it and reflect on it and be like, that's a beautiful painting, that's awesome confidence. But it would have never existed had you not gone through the steps to prepare yourself to create that beautiful canvas. So what are some of those steps that I took to develop confidence? Well, the first and foremost thing was that I started to read, that I equipped myself with knowledge about feminism. In particular, it gave me the vocabulary so that I could understand, why do I feel like I am being held to an expectation that I can never live up to? Or why do I feel like certain things are unfair, or that I'm expected to do things as a woman that other people aren't expected to do? Or why are the men in my life held to such high standards of being dominant and masculine that masculinity then is seen as a binary? You either are or you aren't, and you are ostracized and mocked if you are not. all of those things together helped me understand that my selfhood, the person that I thought I was hugely influenced by the world around me, and that I needed to focus inwardly and think, who am I as a person, and how many of the decisions that I've made have been dramatically impacted by the perceptions of other people and the expectations that other people had already placed on me. I'm never going to be completely unproblematic. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to do things that aren't always great. And therefore, I'm going to suffer because of that. But my goal as a person, and my goal for me, Ilyssa, not the Ilyssa that you see online, the persona that you see on Instagram, or the Ilyssa fitness that you see here on YouTube, actually me, Ilyssa, the person that I've known my entire life. I needed to focus on what I wanted, and I needed to step away from the things that I thought the society wanted for me. So that's one of the first steps that I used, and maybe that was my paintbrushes that I bought into so that I could then begin to create this confidence on this canvas. The next thing was going through some pretty interesting relationships in my life, especially when it came to my confidence over my body, my confidence sexually, my confidence in relationships. And I discussed this on my Instagram as well, but I had this really important relationship in college that helped me understand that I had desires, I had wants, I had needs, and I wanted to feel wanted. I wanted to feel loved and cared for, and I wanted to feel pleasured, especially in my relationship. I didn't know that I could demand those things. I didn't know that I could expect those things in a relationship until I dated this person. And so once I went through that experience, though it didn't work out, and I'm, happy that it didn't, and I love Kyle and I love being with him, being with that person really opened my eyes to being able to assert this idea of, I am important, I matter, and I should matter in this relationship. It was painful, and I went through a lot of heartbreak. It was probably the worst breakup that I've ever had in my entire life, but I am so grateful for it now, and I hope that that resonates with some of you who have gone through hard breakups in the past, because the ripple effects of what I experienced as a result of that relationship, and in being able to look for the partners that I truly wanted, and being able to look for qualities in a person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. Being with that person, it really opened my eyes to those things, and I'm so grateful for it. And the last thing that I think helped me grow in confidence was continued dialogue. I'm an external thinker who needs to think about things outwardly. That's why I talk to you here on this camera, and as I talk, things make more sense to me. As I write, things continue to make more sense to me. And maybe some of you, that resonates with you as well, that you feel that way. But even if it doesn't, if you have a hard time getting out your emotions, begin to journal, or begin to trust maybe just one person. Have dialogue with them and explain to them the things that you're thinking about, because being able to bounce your ideas off of someone else helps open up this sphere that you were existing in. You have this little bubble where all of your thoughts exist, where all of your decisions, your opinions exist. But when you open that bubble to allow someone else's bubble to attach to it, and you have dialogue back and forth, that allows you to see things you might never have seen before. So being able to have dialogue then with other women and men about confidence, about issues such as feminism and other social issues, it truly helped me develop, I think, more empathy. And once I was able to have more empathy for other people, I was then able to have much more self-love for myself. So all of these things together, equipping myself with knowledge, going through heartbreak and really hard relationships, and having dialogue with other people, that was my paintbrush, my canvas, and my paint that could help me create this beautiful confidence that I now hang on the wall. And some days the light shines really brightly on that confidence, and the colors are super vibrant and they're beautiful and they reflect across the other walls in my house. And other days the sun's not there and I can't really see the painting clearly and it looks much more dim. That is to say that my confidence isn't always vibrant. I'm not always exuding confidence, and some days I feel really not confident. It is a fluctuating scale, and because I know that that confidence is there, I know I'll be able to tap back into it. So I hope that this was informative and interesting to those of you who are wanting to know more. I hope you guys will join me on my IG story. I'll continue to do them maybe a couple days a week so that we can have more open dialogue about these issues on my Instagram. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in tomorrow's vlog. Bye!